Mae rhaglen Horizon 2020 yr Undeb Ewropeaidd yn bwysig iawn i Gymru, gan osod sefydliadau ar flaen y gad yn y maes ymchwil ac arloesi rhyngwladol. Mae agwedd gadarnhaol a gweithgar sefydliadau Cymru wedi cynnal momentum drwy gydol 2017 ac wedi arwain at fanteision gwirioneddol i Gymru. Cafwyd dros €83 miliwn o gyllid Horizon 2020, €33 miliwn o gynnydd mewn ychydig dros flwyddyn. Cododd nifer y rai y gymerodd ran i 189, cynnig o 77 mewn ychydig dros flwyddyn. Cododd nifer yr achosion o gydweithredu ryngwladol gan sefydliadau Cymru i 2000. Mae cyfranogiad sector private yn Horizon 2020 yn parhau i fod yn gadarnhaol. Fe gafodd 11 cwmni sector private o Gymru ddyfarniadau Horizon 2020 am y tro cyntaf, gan ennill symiau sylweddol mewn nifer o achosion. Llwyddodd cwmni o Abercynon, sef Imspecs Diagnostics Limited, i sicrhau €1.5 miliwn o arian yr Undeb Ewropeaidd i arwain prosiect Horizon 2020, gwerth €3.3 miliwn, breath spec.
Imspecs Diagnostics is a company that develops analytical instrumentation. This is used in a series of applications in the food industry, in environmental analysis, and also we have a very keen interest in point-of-care diagnostics. We are based or headquartered in Abercynon in South Wales, and although we also have a facility in Germany. Breath spec is a project by which what we're trying to do is to take one of our analytical instruments and to turn that into a diagnostic that can tell a clinician whether a respiratory infection is of a bacterial or a viral nature. This improves the outcome for the patient because they get treated earlier, and it improves the social outcome because we make sure we're not over-prescribing antibiotics for this kind of situation. So the first thing that we need is the access to patients. We're actually aiming to measure 2,000 patients with respiratory tract infections, and we have found what we think is the perfect partner in a company called Statistica Medica, which are based out of Dublin. They have excellent experience in running clinical trials, and they are one of our main partners in the project. When we have measured those 2,000 patients, we also have to do some very complex statistical analysis, and for that we are collaborating with the University of Warwick, who have very extensive experience in that area. Horizon 2020 makes it all possible. It would be no opportunity to do this otherwise. So the fact that we can get this funding allows them to come into the collaboration. They are very interested in this field themselves, so it is very conducive to the development of everybody's interest in research. It's absolutely game-changing. It will totally change what our company looks like. At the moment we are an SME with 20 people. I think it would turn us into a global player. We will go from a small SME to a multinational corporation over a fairly short period of time. And success in this project would also allow us to fund a series of other diagnostic systems that will also have a very significant impact on society as well as the company. I think Horizon 2020 is a fantastic program. It gives you the funding that allows you to take that risk and to be able to think long term. The platform they have to allow you to identify partners, collaborators, and the fact that those collaborators are also aware, even if they are in Latvia or in Italy, of what Horizon 2020 is, makes the approach very simple. You know, you would just say to them, hey, we're looking to do a Horizon 2020, their ears prick up, we all know what we are trying to achieve. So I think it's a great project, and you know, I hope that we can apply for many more in the future.
Mae Crio Medical Limited o Gas Gwent yn ehangu a'i weithgarwch ymchwil drwy gydweithio â Phrifysgol Bangor a phartneriaid eraill o'r Undeb Ewropeaidd i gymryd ran yn y prosiect Horizon 2020 gwerth €4 miliwn. Cymcastec.
Crio Medical is a medical devices innovation-led company that's developing new electrosurgical devices for non-invasive surgery particularly for colon cancer. The Cymru project, it's a research project that looks at the treatment of particularly aggressive brain tumours. It's a multifaceted project whereby we look at developing a lab-on-the-chip structure that sorts the cells, differentiates the healthy cells and the cancer cells. And then once you've captured the cancerous cells, you actually neutralise those cells or destroy those cells without damaging the rest of the connective tissue. The funding is a really important enabler for Creo Medical to extend its research activity. It's enabled us to buy equipment to extend the measurement capability of the company. In terms of capacity, again, we've enabled us to take on, support a PhD student jointly between Bangor University and Creo Medical.
Dwi'n fyfyrwyr o Prifysgol Bangor sy'n newydd cael swydd yma gyda Creo Medical a dwi'n gwneud yn PhD trwy'r cwmni yn rhan o'r prosiect Cymru sy'n rhan hefyd o Horizon 2020 a'n swydd i mewn ffordd o rhan yr pawb sy'n gweithio yn y prosiect i wneud yr generadur i niwtralalu neu mewn ffordd isolatio'r cancer cells. Mae mynychu Horizon 2020 o ran Creo Medical yn ffordd arbennig mewn ffordd i datblygu technoleg newydd o fewn y cwmni, ond hefyd gweld sut mae bobl eraill yn gwneud o yn y maes ymchwil a defnyddio gwybodaeth bobl eraill a gwaith bobl eraill a cymuned fo mewn un wedyn o Bangor, i Limoges, i Rhufain, dod yn pob peth yn gilydd i wneud un cynnyrch i fynd i'r maes a i wella'r byd mewn ffordd a bobl, wedig bobl efo cancr sy'n effeithio llawer o bobl, mae'n stepping stone newydd i'r cwmni i fynd i'r maes.
I think the process for us is worked really well. I mean, actually, getting the Horizon 2020 grant has enabled us to work with partners we would otherwise not be working with. It's enabled us to, develop a skill set in the company which we would otherwise not have, and I think it's been a very positive process.
Mae cyfranogiad y sector cyhoeddus yn Horizon 2020 wedi cynyddu'n sylweddol yn y flwyddyn diwethaf, yn bennaf oherwydd cyfranogiad awdurdodau lleol Cymru. Llwyddo'r Cyngor Bwyd Eistref Sirol Blaenau Gwent i sicrhau bron i €1 miliwn o gyllid yr Undeb Ewropeaidd i weithio ar 3 phrosiect mewn cydweithrediad â Phrifysgol Caerdydd a phartneriaid eraill o'r Undeb Ewropeaidd, gan ddefnyddio hen safle Tata Steel yng Nghlynebwy y gweithfeydd.
The work site is a district heating system. It's got 7 buildings on it, ranging from offices to archives, the college, the comprehensive school, the 11 to 16 learning zone. So it's different types of buildings that is fed from a main energy centre. Blaenau Gwent was approached by Cardiff University as a partner. We're currently working on 2 live projects, which is Pentagon and Drive, with colleagues in Europe. Both projects they're about energy security and energy efficiency. The work site is a working site. With Horizon 2020, it's also become a data collection site for the 2020 programmes. And the 2020 programmes help us to innovate that site as well, put more sensors and meters, and so we can drill down into it and find out exactly how the site is working and it benefits the local community, because we can make alterations. Energy security is going to be a big thing in the future because we are taking out our coal-fired power stations. Gas-fired power stations will be taken out next. So you've got to look at renewables, you've got to look at the security, you've got to look at the efficiency of the renewables, because at the end of the day, fossil fuels are a finite resource. Blaenau Gwent has benefited a lot out of being involved in Horizon 2020. It's enabled the council to carry on with the Horizon 2020 in different areas and different projects, and I can see that continuing because we've been invited back after our first project, Resilient, on 2 other projects, and I think the collaboration and the invites back to projects will continue. I'm very proud that Blaenau Gwent has been one of the first local authorities to participate in Horizon 2020. It's been a great experience on the collaboration, both with private and public sector. It's brought much needed funding to the area, and overall it's been a very positive experience from Blaenau Gwent.
Yn bwysig iawn, mae sefydliadau Cymru'n parhau I fanteisio ar gyfleoedd I gymryd rhan mewn rhwydweithiau rhyngwladol sy'n helpu I gyrraedd at gyllid cystadleol. Enghraifft, arweiniodd Prifysgol Abertawe gonsortiwm rhyngwladol o 24 o bartneriad ar draws 13 o wledydd fel rhan o brosiect Patrols.
Swansea University are the coordinator for the Patrols project. We're the lead partner. There are 24 partners in total, most of which are located in Europe, but we also have partners in the US, Canada, Japan, Korea, so it's very much an international-based project. The project itself is geared towards the development of new test systems to understand the safety of engineered nanomaterials. Understanding safety and having the tools in place to evaluate safety are quite critical in the industry continuing to thrive, but also for society in terms of benefiting from what nanotechnology has to offer on our daily lives as well. The total value of the Patrols project is just short of 13 million, but in terms of value for Swansea University, it's about 1.8 million that we have for the research elements that we'll be conducting as part of the project. So accessing that scale of funding is actually quite difficult. It's a lot of money, and if it weren't for schemes such as Horizon 2020, we wouldn't have that value of money coming in on a single research project. We probably have to break it up into smaller bite-sized pieces. But by having a very sizable project, it means that in a short space of time, we can actually generate a huge amount of data that'll have a significant impact in a couple of years, as opposed to the alternative, which would have been multiple projects over up to 10 years. So what the money has allowed us to do is both retain excellent researchers that we have at Swansea, but at the same time also attract in new members of staff that come with their own reputation and that benefit of expertise that they're bringing to us as well, that allow us to expand what we do and to grow our research further. In the position that we're in now as lead on a project, we've got an established network, and we've already, as a result of that network, been invited into a further 3 projects that have been submitted. So the hope is that this one project will result in multiple successes further down the line. In addition to the partnership within the project, the prestige that comes with it means that we now have access to stakeholders in the nanotechnology industry, within government and regulators, which would have otherwise been quite difficult to make contact with. So having that Horizon project really does make them look at you in a slightly different way. They know what the project is doing and they want to be involved. This Horizon 2020 project has very much put Swansea on the map, because we've interacted with people that didn't necessarily know where Swansea was previously, but now not only do they know where we are, but they also have full recognition of the work that we do and the reputation that we have. And so in terms of the future, that will allow us to grow that much further.
Fel cenedl uchelgeisiol, mae Cymru'n adeiladu ar y llwyddiant hwn I sicrhau mwy fyth o lwyddiant yn y dyfodol. Trwy defnyddio buddsoddiad rhanbarthol mewn ffordd glyfar a strategol, rydyn ni'n datblygu cyfleusterau o'r rhadd flaenaf ac yn denu'r ymchwilwyr gorau o bob cwr o'r byd. Mae'n bryd edrych tu hwnt i'r gorwel.